Can't believe I got that built before we went on. How about
Yay.
that? Yeah. Ha ha. Oh, the sunlight. Ha ha. Welcome everybody. Monday/Tuesday, Amigos and Co. How you doing? I'm Adam. I'm Beerstones. That's Legion Vapes. Chris Vandal.
Hail to
down
the
the
king, baby.
Yeah. Hi everybody. Welcome. I did have a completely overcast day, and now the sun has decided to poke its head through. So I think someone said yesterday it looks like I'm wearing Adidas on my jumper. It's half Adidas.
You look like a Russian drug dealer.
I look like a Russian drug dealer. It'd be. I take that offensively, Big Rick, that there is going to be potatoes. That's not very nice at all, and that's not very nice at all. If someone could give us a shout out and say, yes, you can hear us, you can see us, and all that sort of stuff in the chat, that would be muchly appreciated. But Mr. Vandal, Randall's Reviews, how are you, good sir?
Well, I'm doing all right. I had some friends in town, so I wasn't here last week. Trying to meet them up. Anyways, I do have something new to share with everybody. While trying to chase my dog yesterday to put her away, one of them, the big one, and have the maintenance guys come in and fix her in my apartment, I went to grab her on the ground, and I broke my knuckle on this hand.
Ooh. Right hand too.
Yeah, it's my working hand.
You're going to be so stressed over the next week. That's just heartbreaking.
So make sure you guys donate to my GoFundMe for my working hand. And then we'll get that back. No, I don't know. I don't really have nothing else new, but good to be back and see all your beautiful faces, except for Adam's because it's super shiny and I can't see the screen. But
oh no! If I go like this, looks like I've got a mustache and a goatee. There you go. I'm from Sweden. Yeah. Steve, how are you?
Not too bad. Been busy doing. Last time I talked to you, I said I had all the reviews for this week done, and if I was smart, I would get on top of next week's. I didn't do that. I spent the last 2 days researching modular synthesis.
Say what now?
Modular synthesis.
What's that?
It's okay. You buy a synth, and it's got all the keys in the front and all the stuff at the back that shapes the sound. When you take all those bits out and you put them on the shelf and wire them together however you want, that's the modular part. So
Gotcha.
I've been deep diving in how that works and maybe jumping into making music again soon. I don't know. Kind of feeling the pull there.
Yeah, you got the fancy new microphone now and everything. Might as well do it.
Yeah.
I will donate to Patreon for that if you get the accordion with the piano.
No.
I want more of that.
You're mistaking me for Weird Al. I'm not that funny.
He's going to do hardcore math folk, hardcore math rock folk.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That microphone is banging, by the way. That is outstanding. I know a few artists that have done all of their releases on those particular maybe not all the vocals, but particularly a lot of stuff with that microphone. It's banging, and I'm super jealous. Yeah.
You could always set yourself up with an Amazon wish list. Maybe someone would be nice and buy you one.
Sure. Yeah. No, definitely not.
Put it in your OnlyFans bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the mic that all the vocals on Thriller were recorded on. This is the mic that Seth Rogen uses. This is the mic that I have.
Yeah. That's the mic that Steve from Legion Vape Industries of Northern New South Wales uses for all of his live streams, his news articles, and his Coffee with Legion Vapes shows. Yes. Let's do some shout-outs. Potentially, there's a few people in chat. Big Rick, obviously. Hello, Big Rick. Shannon Brown. Shannon Brown just put in there that she got one of her people that she knew to switch to a lower-risk alternative. 25 points for you, Shannon Brown. Outstanding. Stephen Sard is here.
Hold on.
Oh.
25 points?
I said 25,000. That's what I said.
Yes.
Sorry. 25,000 points for the entire show. Stephen Sard is here. Hello, Stephen Sard. Chris Vandal's here as well. Stephen Sard is also here, as so is Big Rick. So is Shannon Brown. NTRG BSL. Hello from down over there. Hi, Lee. Who else is here? Advocate for Liberty is here.
Yay!
What's up, team? Amigos and Co is here. The Great Wombatsky from South Australia is here. Anthony Romella is his OnlyFans called Breezebones. Yes, that's the PM show. There you go.
How many cores is in that?
2. 2. Yeah. 2. Knackers from Great Wombatsky. I don't know if the Americans would know about Knackers, or the northern hemisphere people, I should say. No, sorry, not just Americans. Knackers. Yeah, Knackers is a great nickname for anyone in Australia. You just call them Knackers. Knackers, referring to one's testicles, effectively is the definition there. Yeah. But we want to thank you for hanging out with us. There is a lot of potatoes, a lot of laughs, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Do we want to do the buffet first, or do we want to get into the potato talk? Because we do have potato talk.
We do?
Yeah.
You guys made plans without me?
All the time.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
All the time.
I never get the memo.
I'm in the Zoom room at 2 p.m., 4 hours early. We plan out the show just to mess it up every time.
Yeah, man. Well, you said it, so I did play the buffet bumper. So, Stephen Legion, what are you putting in your face hole this morning?
I have an array of beautiful and fine devices this week. I have the Engine 100-watt box mod kit with the Engine S tank on top, running a little bit of Franken-Atticus peppermint and white chocolate cookie in there, because that is just literally, and I say this every week, say it every time I vape Franken-Atticus, it is the bomb. It is just the best. Next two devices are... return to form. I haven't been vaping a lot of rebuildables recently. Just a lot of pod kits, a lot of sub-ohms. So it's been fun to actually get back to these. The Drop Solo on the Aegis and the Drop, both 1.5 versions. This one's got Ohmsman's Finest Villain, which is a custard. And this one has something that's been sitting on my shelf for ages. Silverback Amy, which is a mouthful of flavors. It is vanilla bean, peanut butter, caramel, brittle, and caramel. Actually, really, really nice. The wife doesn't like it. She can't stand it. That's fine. More for me. I really, really like that. And last but not least, the Havoc, which is the updated version of the Valerian by UL. It's a little pod type thing that does direct lung to restricted. It's not bad. It's got the Anarchist Black in there because I like that shit. And that's it. That's all I got.
Because I like that shit. I like that shit too.
I'll go next.
Yeah, you do it.
I need to address something in the chat too, because Steven Sard says, we all know what you vape on. You're goddamn right. My penis. My personal electronic nicotine injection system, otherwise known as a vape. But inside there, I got Tropical from Homeboy. It's pretty sweet, pretty good. I like his other stuff. I like that too. And then for the last 2 weeks, I've had vape tongue for my salt mix. And like, if anyone doesn't know what that means, and wow, he was started vaping before I did, I guess. But it's where you get to the point of like no flavors like hit your tongue. It could also be because I'm probably missing a chromosome I don't know about. But anyways, all I was able to vape my thing was some Cool Rush. It's like a mint, to get a little bit of flavor. But today it kind of went away, so I've actually switched it back up to Anarchist purple bubblegum. But yeah, that's all I got. Mr. Adidas Breeze Tones, what do you got?
Oh yeah, it's straight up Adidas right now, isn't it? 3 stripes. I don't know how to say that in German. I always remembered that on the tag. They had it. Was it 3 striping? That was very bad. What am I vaping? I've got the Billet box. The Billet box with all the sunlight.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Oh, jeez. 25 points taken off for me for Fancy Pants with the bridged in there. That is the Billet box and the NFG bridged. I have also the Denali 20X700 by Snowcap Mods with the QP Juggernaut V2 on there. And I was madly rushing to set up the Juggernaut Mr. BMR on the Odin 79. 79. Do I even vap, bro? 75C, Vaping Bogan, Dovpo, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, liquids. I'm still on this one, which was sent to me. You can't see anything. Stupid sun. Scoops e-liquid. This is from Queensland, I believe. Mango sorbet. I can't believe it. I'm vaping a mango e-liquid. This is really, really very tasty. And also this shill. It's time for the shill. Frank and
I
Tones.
can't see that, man.
Oh, well, I'm trying my
Closer.
best. There you go.
Make it closer.
How about that?
Much
Is that
better. Very artistic.
Yeah. The Frank and Tones collab e-liquid. Very nice people from Frank and Atticus. And I have done an e-liquid. Yes, it's more shilling. I'm sure everyone's already heard about it. It's a peanut butter thick shake. I'm very excited about it. It's coming out this week. I believe it's. We're just waiting on a couple of little bibs and bobs to get it out. So very, very, very excited. Yes, Derek. The Odin 79 is super secret. That's the prototype version that I've got there.
So you're telling me that if I went to do an order right now, like after the show, I got to get some of that. There's no place I can find it.
Not yet. No.
Oh,
Not yet.
break my heart, man.
It's I believe it's being destroyed by Aussie e-liquid, which is a wholesaler. So you can't buy from them direct, I guess, unless you're a vendor. But that will be happening very, very shortly. Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's fair that every company in China, especially the smaller ones, they all think that I'm a vendor. They all spam me day and night with offers of buying 150,000 Gorilla bottles, bulk wholesale. They offer me pod systems. They offer me great prices on the newest hardware. And yet in Australia, I can't buy things wholesale. I think it's an unfair imbalance. We have to correct this.
Yeah.
Or I just need to turn up my spam filter and get rid of that shit.
It's surprising how many DMs or that all happens from the vendors. They're very forward. The whole cold call thing. That's surprising. Not surprising and surprising all at the same time. They're very forward with all of that kind of stuff. Emily used to get it on the advocacy accounts. All the time, like more often than not. And she's like, "Have you even looked at the page?"
No.
Yeah.
No, they haven't.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we do have a question in the chat. Steven Stark says we'll be coming to the U.S. I'm guessing you guys can't apply for PMTA, right? It's too late.
I don't believe so. We have had discussions about how to get around that, but I think that possibility will be not an easy road. That's all I can really say about that, because best if I don't say anything about that. It will be a hard situation. I'm not saying that people aren't going to try and order, things into the US. That's not what I'm saying, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah.
That said, there are a wealth of very, very wonderful Australian vendors that will ship to just about anywhere in the world. If they're carrying it, you could order a bottle or two. It's going to cost you a little bit for the shipping, but you'd have to ask Adam if it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Stephen. Like that whole situation, the whole thing with everything in the US is absolutely shit creek without a paddle, and I hate having to, because let's be honest, I get kind of many DMs a week about all of that sort of situation, and I feel hopeless and helpless to help anybody. Well,
it is getting a little bit better. There are some places now you can actually order retail juice from.
Mm-hmm.
I know Vape Freight personally from work is fucking working a lot. They're moving products a lot right now, and they're getting new areas. And as the taxes and stuff get into effect, it's going to look a lot better. So
yeah,
it's not quite as gloomy as it seems.
Indeed. Yeah. It's but on that question, Vandal, just to reiterate the situation of PMTAs and all that sort of thing, there will be companies that will attempt to ship stuff in that aren't US made and all of that sort of thing. I mean, you see that happening?
Oh yeah, it's always going to happen. There's always stuff going in and out, but the thing is, you can still bring in juice from a different country. That's not illegal. You can do that. It's not like a banned import. The thing is are you able to sell it legally?
Yeah.
Probably not. Another thing is like with the PMTAs and stuff like that, which is I think you run into an issue with. I think they closed the session down for PMTAs. I don't think you could submit anymore.
Yeah.
So that would be a thing. But I don't see that staying like that forever, because if there's going to be a good taxation on this on the import and export side of it, more on the import side, less on the export side, excuse me. I think that there'll probably be some kind of regulation set into place. So like say like the Australian government with you guys right now going towards the nicotine-based things and doing all this stuff, it's kind of almost certifying the industry as like, something that's actually watched over and taken care of and paid attention to, which means that if the US and Australia, which are always on warm terms, they came together and was like, hey, this is a way that we can make money off of each other, send these products back and forth. I think there's going to be a session eventually that'll make it, it's going to have its own standards and all that stuff. Because when you send juice from the US to the UK, a lot of companies had to stop a couple of years ago because they did their TPD regulations. Now with TPD, it's not necessarily the PMTA. The TPD, you have to submit a juice and make it to a certain standard and quality that has to pass their thing. With the PMTAs, all they're doing right now is seeing what's in your products and then seeing like if it's safe stuff, but they're not really like going through and testing it and doing all this stuff. And the UK was a little bit more stringent.
Yeah.
So if it was like that and it was able to do that, I don't imagine that not being a possibility here. Is it going to happen anytime soon? Probably not. But
yeah. Which is also the complete reverse of what the personal importation scheme is for Australians ordering e-liquids from international sites. As long as it's reputable, then you can bring it in. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely
but
ridiculous.
One more thing, sorry, is if you were to say like someone really wanted a bunch of, Franken tones, they could contact a private freight forwarder and they can have it sent over on their own pallet. It's going to cost an arm and a goddamn leg and probably a foot too. But that's the only way that you could do it right now by bypassing all that. Well, at least bypassing any legal responsibilities.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy.
Welcome to the nanny state. There you go, Anthony Ramella. A true anarchist would ship it anyway. It's well said. Yeah. Fellas, I know we've already said it, but how's your week been? How's your things? How's all the things?
Well, I did get new headphones. I already told you guys about it, some Astros for the gaming stuff, because I'm starting to realize, because like on the Friday show, I also use the Xbox, right? Because I have my two buddies that join us. You don't see them on screen, but you can hear them and they get to converse, right? And I had an old headset that was all fucking wired, so now whenever it moves, it fucking frazzles and stuff like that. It's been $150 on these things, so that's gonna come in to play and be pretty cool. But yeah, that's like the only new thing I got besides my broken working hand. So.
Have you actually been to see someone? It's broken?
No, it's not. I don't know. I haven't seen nobody. I still pay for health insurance. I don't use it because I'm a terrible American, because most people need it and they would use it. But no, I haven't got it checked out yet. Plus, also, it happened yesterday on a Sunday. I don't do anything on work nights. Come on, man.
Dude, go get your hand looked at. Seriously.
Well, no, but see, if I leave it up like this, it's ribbed for my pleasure. You know what I mean? Oh, bulbous.
That's the wrong side.
Well, I can get my hands and fingers all the way back. Come on.
Damn. Dude, what?
Okay, so, okay, fine. Long story short thing. When I was in like 5th grade, there was this girl named like Lisa or something that was super like, like when you're in 5th grade, you don't know how to flirt with girls or whatever. So like, I remember one day I was standing in like line to get lunch and she was in front of me and I was all nervous, and I was just like messing with my fingers. I was doing this and she was like, whoa, that's really cool. You can bend your fingers far. And I was like, yeah, check this out. And I accidentally just found out that like, yeah, I could bend my fingers all the way back. And then she never talked to me again. So
I love how every story that Chris tells literally starts the same way. Back when I was in 3rd grade, there was this girl called Valerie, and she was really hot, and I wanted to bone her, but I didn't have pubes yet. So I went and got a Brillo brush and stuck it down my pants, but it was green, and she never talked to me again. Back when I was in the Army and I was in Afghanistan, there was this sergeant, and her name was Julie, and she was really hot. She had tits out to here. Anyway, I thought she was really, and it's every story is like the same intro. There was a chick, and she was hot, and I did something stupid.
yeah.
I did something stupid.
Can I tell you? My stories are the same. I just leave that beginning part off.
I think it plays a good part into it.
If you go back and watch my my channel bumper, which is basically my intro to vaping story, I literally outlined it. Then it's like I was out, I was with a girl, I was drunk, I wanted to impress her. She smoked, I started smoking. Everything in my life has been the same story. I feel you. I'm not picking on you.
Oh, I know.
I'm bonding with you here. We had the same stupid drive. It's like, oh, girl, impress her.
Yeah, we used the wrong brain. But speaking of it, Steve, what's new for you, man?
Like I said, I've been just deep diving in the last 3-4 days into modular synthesis, trying to understand how all that stuff works, the controlling and stuff, and literally watching like 2-hour long tutorials of people twiddling knobs and playing with leads. Other than that, just sitting here doing vapey stuff.
Nice.
Meow. There's a cat there.
Yep.
But I did notice something really, really cool. So you guys remember Peanuts, the cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I realized that when I do this, you wait long enough. Now I look like Pigpen.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, where's he going with this?
Yeah. That's like my only vape trick. I look like Pigpen.
The vape beard, now from Osmosis with RGB.
Yep.
Why wasn't that ever a thing? Think about it. Meatpod should have did that. You make a fake beard that you can attach and your Meatpod's right there, since like you're gonna wear it on a necklace anyways, but no one ever did. Unless you're at ECC. Anyway, sorry.
I want to put the call out. I want to do that thing that influencers do where they ask for free stuff, because I can do that because I'm special now. No, I actually want some help, and I was talking to Adam and Birdman and Squidly about this after our last show, and Adam kind of knows where I'm going with this. I have had this goal in my mind for a long time, this thing that I want to do. It's for photography and video stuff, and basically what I want is, I'm looking around for a prop to show you. I don't have one here. I want is a 4 to 5 inch metal rod, not really thick, just a solid rod, and I want it to have a 1/4 20-inch thread on the bottom, which is what you would put in the bottom of the camera or on a tripod or something like that. And on the top, I want 2 of them. I want one that has a 510 female thread, and I want one that has a 510 male thread. Reason for that being is that then I could put an RDA on it. I could attach that to my motion control stuff, and I can have it spin. I could have it move around. I could do all that sort of stuff. The same thing with a mod. I could actually attach the mod, and I could put the camera on an angle, and I could have it slowly rotate. It would look sick. It would look sick.
It'd be a rotisserie mod.
Yeah. Trying to find something, like when I've not been looking at synth stuff, that's what I've been deep diving for. Trying to find something that I could cobble together, the bits and pieces. So fucking hard to find stuff.
How's your soldering game? You can probably solder something together.
But it would have to be. Can you solder to stainless steel? Or you have to weld?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you'd have to weld, and I'm not jumping into that. Yeah. Such a hard thing, just a simple thing, but it's such a hard thing to actually cobble together. I did find, I started looking up various phrases, and the reason that I brought this up wasn't so much like, guys, make me one and send me one, do it. But that's not what I wanted to say.
But if you can
do it. I really need one. I've wanted one for years. But the real thing I wanted to say was I ended up typing in 510 extension, and I found 2 things. One was basically it's a 510 to Ego adapter from way back in the past. You can't even find them anymore. Some people have them in China. That's not the thing. Apparently, and I guess this moves out of our realm and into the CBD sort of realm, but yeah, apparently in the UK it's a big thing. It's they're cables. It's a 510 on either end, male to female, and it's a cable, so you can put your atomizer on the top and just hold it and have your mod in your pocket.
What? Really?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Everywhere I found it, it was all leaning towards herbal vapes or CBD or stuff like that. Yeah, and I was just like, I don't like, because you got to keep your hand in your pocket to fire it while you got it on like.
That's got to be for like the steampunky cosplay dudes, because they're like, oh, let me check the time. It's time
surely, yeah.
Do they have like a holster you put it in, like a gas
no. It was just like 510 on either end with just like a shielded cable.
Huh.
And like I said, I know nothing about this. I found it in a few places. Doesn't work for me because it's everything I need except it's floppy, and I need it to be solid, right? But
what would the drop be on that voltage though?
Well, that's a good question.
For my purposes, it wouldn't matter. But I think it's for something to do with herbal vapes having more complicated, fancy glass, bulby.
It's just cartomizers, just like the old school ones, basically. Like
Well, there are dry herb type things, right?
Yeah, but those you wouldn't want away from the power source. You want the power. You want to be right there on top of it because, like, at least from my opinion. But
Advocate for Liberty says that cable's been out for years, but it does cause voltage drops. So he knows of it and what it is. Advocate, do you know what it's for? It confuses me.
Interesting. Yeah. Not on the same thing, but I was looking at kits recently, mods, kits to buy and all that sort of thing. And that company that's been around for ages, I believe it's out of Canada, and quite many of their products that they have is a corded AC desktop mod. So it's the box it's connected with the power cable, so it's for your desk. I was like, what?
Was it even somehow lamer hookah?
Well, it's like, you have this sitting on the desk with a power cord, sticking out of the back of it. And I was like, that's crazy. But they've been around forever. I was like, I'm the crazy one because I didn't realize this existed,
I think I've seen those before. And I have to admit, if you're at your desk all day long, every day, it would be kind of convenient. You'd never have to change batteries.
Yeah.
You'd have your atomizer on a cable on a little hook, and you just grab it, hit the button with your finger, and then hang it up.
Yep.
I just don't think I don't know about you guys, but whatever I'm vaping on, I'm usually keep it on me all the time. I'm pooping, I'm vaping. I'm doing dishes, I'm vaping.
Well, you're probably like me. Like if you get up to leave this area, it's balls, phone, vape, leave. Wherever I go, and I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I take those with me. I put them down. I have my water. I pick them up and I come back. And like, why did I bring those? I didn't use them.
One of those I don't have to pick up.
I have to because I'm old. Otherwise they just drag and gather dust.
And here we are again, full circle. Yep.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh dear. I was very, very. I don't know if anyone saw the thumbnail, for this particular stream, but
potato story.
Out of control. I mean, there's not much to it. But yesterday I was walking down some of the streets to go and get my son, and you just randomly walking out. I got headphones in, vape in my hand. There's no one around because it's a very residential area, and I walk past a driveway, and just out of nowhere, I see in the corner of my eye a lone potato sitting on the street. I was like, I must take a photo of this. This is a sign from the gods. I was like, why would one singular potato, is that a potato? Be on the ground? But that is yep. So I then potato, that's right. So then I turned it into a Twitter post, and I was like, the community is disappointed at the just random disposal of this disposable vape device on the ground here.
Who would just leave a potato behind? Like, what kind of monster does that?
I don't know.
It's like a handful of chips right there.
Yeah. Yep.
You can bake it.
Had to be at least 0.5 of milligram strength pod in that potato. So maybe not even.
Well, okay, coming next from Breaking Tones. Potato flavored. It tastes like dirty water.
Yeah.
It's good. It's potato.
See, I have the worst impulse now, and I'm not going to do it, and I don't recommend anyone do it. But I just want to go get a sack of potatoes and a bunch of pods, and just jam the pod into it, and then just walk around town near all the high schools and all the preschools, and just drop them on the ground, and see what happens. But yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do that. No, that's purely for humor sake.
Yeah.
But just the thought of people like, what the fuck is that?
It gives me a
Potato
genius
babe.
idea, though, for like coming from Amigos and Co. now is like, they have vitamin water, they have coconut water, they have like goat water now, seaweed water, potato water. It's just ground up potatoes. Amigos and Co. special. Like
that's what you get every time you boil potatoes. Just cool it off, put it in the fridge.
Yeah, next week I'm gonna
full of vitamins.
We're gonna give it away.
No.
Yep. So I have to go past the same place that I went yesterday this afternoon. So I will report back and see if the potato has been recovered, or it has been stolen, or it has moved position. We had some.
Oh, you mean you didn't rescue it and take it home and have it for dinner?
No. I just thought I should leave it be, leave it in its place, undisturbed.
Maybe the person who lost it is going to come back and claim it.
Potentially, yeah, that would be.
That's where I left it.
Potato and it's got sour cream and chili on it.
Imagine, what if it was sliced very nicely? Just, yeah. What do they call those? Hasselback potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah. The big ones. The thick slices.
Yeah.
So I want some French fries, man.
Yeah. So I know everyone's hanging on the edge of their seats for that notification. I will update everyone on the state of Lone Spud. Very good there, Anthony Rubella. Lone Spud. It's a mystery.
I can't tell if the Lone Spud is like a really, really crappy dive bar or the next brand of e-liquid.
Yeah.
It is vegan.
Yeah,
maybe we need to talk to our ham and cheese guy and see if he can do some spuds for us.
That's what I thought you were gonna say it first too. I was like, okay, Steve's gonna have it. I know he's gonna get it. Anthony says, "Would a potato improve an eyesore?" No, that's pink eye. Go see a doctor.
Stop letting women fart in your face.
Or just wear a mask.
Wow.
But
but it's not as kinky if you wear a mask.
Well, I mean, at least like an eye guard, wear like eye pro. You gotta be like you were about to do a lab experiment, but it's more of anyways. I do have something else I forgot all about, and once weekly, this came up as a joke that I think Steve and Adam were talking about. I am doing my own reviews now, but they're not vape reviews. They're not like food reviews. It's reviews on random stuff once a week. So if you guys really hate yourselves and you get bored, go to my Instagram page, and it's the only highlight I have is Randall's reviews. The first one was a dog poop bag, and the second one was a piece of tape. Who knows what's next?
I would like to request that everybody promote Randall's reviews as much as possible. I want to see him rise to the top echelon of influencers, doing exactly what he's doing right now. Because this
is my favorite. My favorite part about it is you see people like Logan Paul, who was a YouTube guy, Vine guy, or whatever, and he went all the way up to fight Floyd Mayweather. So now I want to start where I'm at now, and I want to be in an all-out knuckle barrel brawl with Rip Trippers. And it's going to be in the backseat of one of his really gaudy cars.
Can somebody explain to me what that fight was all about and who that other person was?
Ripping people off.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the mantra.
Well, Merriweather is known.
I know who that guy is. Right? Who was the other dude?
Logan Paul.
He started out with like Vine videos, and back in the day, Vine, for people that don't know, was 6-second clips. And it started. It's you could say the predecessor and the creator of stuff like TikTok stories on Instagram and things like that. So you make like short little clips that you can clip together and it'd be stupid stuff. It's the same thing that we're doing right now, just without the music capabilities. So he got famous doing that, and then when that got shut down, he moved over to YouTube, and then he has like a brother that's Logan Jake. I can't remember which one's which. They're both, in my opinion, D-bags. But you know, they did that, and so they were really popular among like 8 to 14-year-old kids, and so they would just like wear like the Pokemon hats and then go do stupid stuff, and they had like this big mansion, and they they're all creators, and they all just did stupid pranks on each other or stupid jokes. They made rap albums, if you'll call it that, and sold it to all these kids. So they made all their money off these kids. And then they got real controversial because at one point, it was a couple of years ago, they went to Japan and they went to this place called the Suicide Forest in Japan. And while they're walking around videotaping, it's a sacred site because it's where a lot of people go to do what it's called. And there was a body hanging from a tree, and they recorded it and started laughing and doing all this stuff. So he got in controversy for that. But it's more or less just imagine a kid that drinks like a lot of fucking Mountain Dew and then is let free on the world. That's what they both are. And now they are like fighting these people. But the whole reason why the fight came together is because he got really popular being an abrasive guy, kind of like this is like this generation's Jackass. You know, we like back in my day, we used to watch kids jump off of roofs and buildings and get famous breaking their legs. Now you just get famous from like, you know, being an asshole. And then they did that, worked his way up. And then so he created a lot of clout around their names. Like they're millionaires. Like they're rich off of this stuff. And so basically it comes together. This is my opinion of it. Floyd Mayweather, no matter what he does, he knows how to turn it into millions. So off of this fight, he made $120 million off of pay-per-view money on top of the base salary of $15 million. The Logan Paul guy or whatever came in, and for the fight, he got $250,000 and then gets 10% of all the pay-per-views. It wasn't an official fight. There were no judges. Mayweather didn't, you know, like you go in there to ruin he has a perfect record in boxing, 50-0. So there was no judges. It was basically just to see, like everyone watched it, hoping that the one guy would get knocked out by Floyd Mayweather. But a lot of people hate Floyd Mayweather too. So honestly, if it was like a fight, it would have been satisfying to a lot of people. It turned out to be the hug fest like Mayweather always does, plays it safe and do the points. And that's where we are now. And this is what kids are aspiring to be.
So was it were they at 100%, or was it just no? They were just training.
They were going like punches and swings, but the thing about it is, like, I get Floyd Mayweather. He is a championship boxer. He is a professional boxer, and he, like it or not, he could be considered one of the best for who he was and what he did. The other guy, he had 8 inches on him. His wingspan went out like an extra. I can't remember how long, but he was a way bigger guy. And I was expecting, like, you know, it to be a lot more of an intense fight. It was not what I didn't pay for it or anything like that. But I watched it when it was free after the fact. And it was just basically like, oh, we're going to hype this up. No one's really going to hurt each other. And then we both just walk home with money. That's all Floyd Mayweather does now. That's why he fought Conor McGregor. That's why he fought Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's just for money. And neither of them hurt each other enough to do anything. And yeah. So it's like generations clashing because Floyd Mayweather is from the generations of money, big houses, big cars, big clothes. And Jake Paul and these guys are from the generation of, yeah, I make money off of YouTube, bitch, you dog. You got to respect me, mofo, blah, 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 in your face, you know.
Well, Floyd's from that generation where you work out and train and do some shitty bouts, and you work your way up and you build up your abilities, your skill, your knowledge, and your clout. He's earned his position. And the Pauls, both of them are douchebags. You balance that out. I mean, there's a lot of people, I think, that were just really interested in seeing him get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah,
but like you said, it's not as staged as wrestling.
No.
But you know for a fact that the two of them have agreed beforehand roughly where this is going to go, what's technically allowable, and what they've agreed to each other.
Yeah.
Paul wasn't going to get his face destroyed. It's his moneymaker.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's just, you know, you pay nowadays. You can work your way up by, you know, just clout chasing and stuff like that. But maybe that's what the generation before us thought. And like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I get it. I'm getting older. You guys are a little bit older than me. I'm not saying that you guys are as, like, you know, old and grumpy as I feel inside, but that's how I look at it.
I'm old enough to be of that older generation that should be cranky. I don't think there's anything wrong with making your millions off YouTube or content creation, or, you know, if you can figure out how to be an ethical influencer, then fine. It's just that those specific people have nothing to offer.
I mean, it's entertainment. That's all they offer is entertainment.
Yeah, but it's not even that entertaining. That's the problem. It's
yeah.
But which is why they ended up going to a forest and making fun of a corpse hanging behind themselves, because they don't know where the line is. and they don't know how to actually make quality content.
Edgy.
That's what they had to. Yeah, they had to try to be edgy, and it backfired on them royally.
Yeah.
In fact,
Go ahead.
there's a good reason for us to not like Jake Paul and Logan Paul is because of that specific instance is what kicked off the ad apocalypse on YouTube, which is what fucked vaping over. It is literally directly related. When he did that, that was a monetized video, and it played ads for a good day and a half and caused some massive shitstorm, some massive feedback.
Wait,
a
what?
Lot of,
Yeah.
you didn't know about that?
No.
Yes. Okay.
Videos
So let's roll back. I believe it was Logan Paul goes to Japan and films a variety of videos.
Yeah.
One of them is in the suicide forest.
Yeah.
And they didn't blur the body, they didn't pixelate the body. They weren't making fun of the body, but they were being silly and
disrespectful to
disrespectful by being in the area and showing that in the background.
Yeah.
It was a monetized video, which ran for a day and a half before it actually got. He actually took it down because of what's the word? Not feedback, but the uproar.
backlash.
Yeah.
The backlash. A lot of advertising agencies and brokers got royally pissed at YouTube because their ads had been shown on that, and that makes
Right.
them look bad. So they started pulling their ad stuff. So YouTube lost money, like massive amounts of money, massive contracts. They had about 10% of the advertising revenue they had the month before, in the months following, which meant that they needed to implement much stricter guidelines, much harsher systems for where ads could go, what they could be on, which beefed up the system, which then had that ancillary effect of basically, in some cases, a lot of channels got flagged, some channels got taken down for a while.
Strikes.
A handful of them came back, and overall, just life got a lot harder.
Yeah.
This is the point where I went from getting about, and I'll be straight up here, I was making about $600 or $700 a month on ad revenue. Previously, it had been growing every month, and I was watching it going, yeah, this might actually self-support at some point. But that's where I was at with that, and I was getting somewhere between 150 to 230 subs every second day. That's where I was at. My views were like going straight up. If you go to Social Blade, which tracks and watches social media accounts and can sort of, based on your current or recent figures, it can track where you're going to be. I was said to be at 100K by the end of a year from that point. And I should have been making about $3,000 a month at least on ad revenue. That's kind of where things all laid out. Logan Paul did that whole thing. A month later, I went from 230, 150 every 2 days to being, at that point, 10 subs, 15 subs every 2 days. And I went from $700 a month down to, at that point, about 20. So
Yeah.
boom,
Wow.
right down.
And I hate
Massive.
that this- yeah.
And it's not just me. It's every vape reviewer across the board. And I know, there was a lot of stuff against YouTube. I was watching this closely, and I was worried. I was concerned. It really bothered me. It impacted me. But I could see their side as well. He did cross the line. He went overboard. So it's a tricky thing. I think they hit with too hard a hammer, and they hit people that were somewhat blameless.
Yeah, it had a really bad resonance effect, and I'm glad that you brought this up, and I'm not happy that happened to you, but that lets me articulate what I was trying to say earlier a little bit better. Like you were saying, it makes entertainment for people that like it, but that's the reason why idolizing these kind of people and then putting them on this pedestal brings such a bad microscope to everyone else, because regardless if he meant to or not, it affected a lot of other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I get it. You, as people have seen the Friday Fallout and stuff, we talk about boobs, butts, farts, and all this stuff. I age restrict it. We don't try ads. I'm happy if there's 3 people there. I'm happy if there's 20 people there, whatever it is. But it's not something that's, is going to be super promotable and something that, it's going to be the defining thing of me. And that's the worst part about it is the content he created, it entertains who it entertains, and that's fine. That is what it is. But it shouldn't be fucking excuse me. It shouldn't be the same standard held liable across the whole board. It's just a blanket thing, and it's the response that takes very little effort, and it makes it bad for everyone else.
Well, that's just standard for these kind of platforms, isn't it? It's just, turn the bots up, blanket everyone, and then work it out later,
Social media and stuff like this is very lazy, because you'll see like YouTube has maybe like a couple thousand employees, maybe. You know what I mean? But how many millions of videos a day are posted on there? You know what I mean? And then so just to throw it into a computer with algorithms that just, go through and like they track whatever music's going by that, blah, 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 blah. And they could do that. They can make damn sure to make that, their stuff pick up when you play a song for 20, 30 seconds and make sure that someone gets money for that. Yeah. But they can't go through and actually identify actual harmful content or anything like that. Or identify things that should be put in different categories, because that doesn't make them money.
Indeed.
I still monetize my videos. I don't make anywhere near what I was making before. And I'm very, very meticulous about following the rules to the letter. I have to self-categorize, which means I have to go in and it's, I can't remember the entire text of it, but it's harmful activities. It's basically drug use is what I have to label things as, which gives me partial advertising. Little tiny bit. They still play other ads. I don't get anything for that, but that's their thing. The other thing that I've started doing more recently is that every review is now a sponsored review, because according to the text of their user agreement, for want of a better word, if you receive anything in order to make your review, you have been compensated. Therefore, it's a sponsored video. And I got sent this to review it. I got sent two, whether I give it away or sell it or keep it or whatever. This is my compensation. It's a sponsored video. So now every video that I do, I have to tick that. I don't get paid. I never accept cash from a company, a vape company. I will. Other companies, if you want to sponsor me, go for it. I am a whore, but not for vape. Yeah, I'm honest about it.
Yeah. I
don't take cash. I'll just take the gear. I need the equipment in order to review the equipment. So it's one of those. It's just the way the system works, and I have to work with it.
Little bit of a what do you call it? A really bad segue there. I'm gonna put into chat. Oh, I just lost it. There is a video that I would like everyone to watch. This is your homework. This is possibly one of the best brains in our world of harm reduction and that whole situation. Yes, I'm going to the advocacy thing. This is Clive Bates. I did put this in chat on Sunday on the Aussie Vape Show, but in chat right there is a Vimeo or Vimeo, however, wherever you say it, video of Clive Bates. It's 20 minutes long, and it's his version of the end game for what's going on with advocacy and tobacco control, and what an incredible brain that man has. Copy and paste that link there. Spend 20 minutes, watch it. So lucky that we have a brain like this on the side of common sense and trying to help people get healthier. Please watch it. It's outstanding. It was from the eSig Summit just recently in 2 weeks ago, I think it was. A lot of that stuff was obviously you had to pay to be a part of, but they're starting to bring out some of the videos now, and Clive himself shared that via Twitter. Absolutely worth watching, because he just explains things in a way that almost nobody else can. That's quite a statement in itself, but I love the way Mr. Bates's brain works. Please watch it. You should. That's your homework. That's all I'm going to say there. Every
time I hear you say that you love the way someone's brain works, I have this mental picture of you sitting there licking their brain.
What?
It's disturbing. I agree. It is disturbing.
I was thinking
Most-
more Professor X.
Mostly,
and going like
it's
this,
the look on your face as you tongue into the grooves.
I don't know whether I should. Yeah, that's disturbing, Legion. That's very, very disturbing. And yeah, I'll hit up your DMs later. That's disgusting. I decided to not do a motivational blah blahs this week. I realized that yesterday when I was talking to my mum. My mum had a bit of a phone call, and my mum's health, took a bit of a direction. She's fine, everything's good, but I found myself schooling my mother on certain things that I shouldn't have imposed my opinion on, and that makes me think sometimes, on all the social platforms and talking to friends and peers and all that sort of thing. Everyone's got something to say. And I decided to shut my damn face hole to try and tell people how to run their lives. So there is no motivational blah blahs this week. It was just.
I think that when you do it down here, at least, like I can't speak for your personal situation, but we share a perspective. We're not telling people what to do.
Yeah. True. I just was thinking about it, and I was like, sometimes it's really great to have those things to motivate you or to make you look at it in a different way. But I guess
I think two things I've got going in my head. One, I think that surreptitiously you've managed to actually bring this around into a motivational blah blah in terms of not telling people what to do. There's a thought there. And the other thing I think is that the other thing I think is that there's a big difference as Chris was leading into. There's a big difference between telling people what they should do or how they should do things and encouraging people to explore their own thoughts and feelings about the way they do things. And one is a little bit more positive is not the word, but it's more uplifting, and the other is controlling.
Yeah.
My wife was working on her music for her university course, and I walk in and she'll play it for me and she'll ask me my opinion. And yeah, like anyone else, I have thoughts, and sometimes I have to hold back and say, you should do this, or have you thought about moving that, or maybe if you add something here. It's like no, rephrase those things and offer them up, not as you should, but more as I could hear this there. And then sometimes it's a thing where she'll go, oh yeah, let's try that.
Yeah,
it works. And if she doesn't go that way, that's fine. It's her work. Everyone's life is their life, and there's nothing more annoying than people telling you how to live your life. So,
can you ban Anthony?
We can promote him.
Actually, I thought that was a pretty good comment. Yeah. Sorry, Big Rick. There is homework. You as a consumer of these products, lower risk alternative products, this is your homework, and that's just part of it. Sorry, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always homework.
Yeah. It's always homework. That's it.
Actually, you know what? I've mentioned it twice now. I'll mention it again. I spent the last couple of days diving deep into modular synthesis. One of the reasons for that is because it's kind of fun, and the other is because I like music. But I went to the mall the other day. Adam knows the story. Sunday morning, I got up and we had planned to go to the mall. It's getting cold. I need to get some jumper and some underwear and all that stuff. So we get to the mall and get up, coffee, talk to the wife, get jacket on, go to the mall. We're walking through the store looking at stuff, and I look down and I look up at the wife and said, still wearing my slippers. I was still wearing my slippers at the mall. I was wondering why my feet were toasty and warm. And it just started this thing rolling in my head. It's like, I've been a little bit forgetful recently. Sometimes I lose words. Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about in the middle of a sentence. Sometimes I go to the mall in my slippers. I'm only 53. This is a bit concerning. Mm-hmm. And I had a good chat with the wife about it. And her suggestion was dive deep into something and make your brain work. Start squeezing that. Get really into learning and doing stuff out of your comfort zone. I started doing the channel. More on that later. But, it was a learning curve, but it's very comfortable now.
Nice.
And I have a choice between pushing hard for stuff or just kind of, it's not by rote, but it's an easy process. I'm used to it. Something else to occupy my brain is required, which is why I started jumping into that.
But you don't always have to do something like a big task like that, Steve. Creating new pathways is very easy to do. The simple one that I did for the bigger picture was learning how to brush my teeth with my non-dominant hand. I've talked about this many times on streams before, but it teaches, like, it does just that. It's creating new pathways and something that you've never done before. I mean, you know.
This is really good advice for Chris because his hand's broken right now.
I could do the important stuff with the other hand. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm important. Yeah, but exactly that. A small task that you've done all your life the same way all the time, and you know, like that, something as basic as brushing your teeth. You know, learning how to do it with your non-dominant hand is hugely beneficial, and was that first step into exactly what you say, to using parts of your brain that you haven't used for a long time, or maybe never. You know, so 100%. I'm all for that stuff.
Yeah.
I've tried writing with my left hand, to be ambidextrous, I can't even write that well with my right hand. And oh my, like if I had the brain for it, I would have been a perfect doctor. No one can read anything I write.
How would you feel if you had like the worst handwriting in the world, like just a serious chicken scratch, and one day you were like listening to Adam and you went, okay, let's give that a try. Let's grab the pen. How's that go? And you start writing beautiful, beautiful, fluent cursive, and like, whoa.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
I've been left-handed my entire life and I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a couple of days of uncomfortable, I tried to like shove my toothbrush through my cheek a couple of times, but after a couple of days, my brain started working and I can do it, and opens up.
I remember when I was little, I learned to brush my hair just without a mirror because I had a sister and a mother and the bathroom was always busy. So I just brushed my hair down. I went to school, and I'm talking about six or seven. And one day I was in my mom's bedroom and she has a big mirror, and all of a sudden I completely lost the ability to brush my hair, still using the same hand, but my eyes were engaged now, and everything was backwards. And it was like, I was literally like trying to put the brush there. And then I would go, oh, wrong way.
Oh, dear.
I was a little bit special when I was young.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of people. Think about it, like if you're backing up a car, you're looking at the rear view mirror, the one in the center of your car or your vehicle. It's a way easier because when you go to the mirrors, then you're reversing the polarity. And it's that whole visual thing that throws you off.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things without even looking at it and without thinking about it. And then as soon as you do, you go, it's like when you're shed timed out and you realize, oh, I have to make myself breathe. You really don't, but like now you do because you're thinking about it,
Yeah. Yeah. Challenge yourself. Do it. All for it. All for it. We're coming into the closing moments, fellas. Let's talk about what's coming up this week. Anyone? Vandal. How about you, Vandal?
Yeah, we'll be back for the Friday Fallout. Also, I figured out we're having a giveaway, and we're going with, if you guys don't watch the show, and if you don't want it, you shouldn't because it's not that good. But we're going to give away random stuff off of Amazon. Last time we gave away a fanny pack, and shout out to Kentucky Shine, he won it. This week, we're going to give away one of those wall-pounded, plaqued, big mouth Billy Basses to talk. So that's what the giveaway is for that. Other than that, because I got my new headset and all that, I'll probably get some streaming on Saturday or Sunday with some games. And then tonight also, everyone start putting in X1s. We're going to have a giveaway. We just had our Patreons hit. Also, shout out to our Patreons, Ian Thomas, T-Gets, and Mr. Vacant Keto Daddy. These are the guys that provide us with the cost, the coverage to get you guys the products and stuff that we're going to give away. And so this week, we're going to give away an Anarchist shirt, unless you're a small.
Shit.
But yeah, so if you guys want to start doing the X1s, but yeah, that's all I got coming up. Oh, and a Randall's review later this week. Sorry.
Yes.
Right. But you're actually doing a giveaway now. Sorry, I was listening and I wasn't listening all at the same time.
Yeah, it's all right. We do it all the time on the show.
Crazy.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go ahead and start tossing X1s in the chat, we'll give you an Anarchist shirt. I get to pick the color, though, just so you know. So go ahead, start typing X1s in the chat for that. And then unless you won last time, I forgot who. Well, we haven't given it away for a while, so everyone's welcome, of for it. But yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to throw out, before I talk about what I got coming up this week, I want to throw out to Chris, do you take requests for your reviews?
Yeah, if you want to shoot me a request, you can tell me what you want. What are you thinking?
You know that toilet paper that comes in a box and is shiny?
No.
It's the kind of stuff like in the old days, if you went to the public bathroom, the thing on the wall, it would have you pull it one sheet at a time, and it was like wax paper. I want to see you review that, and I want it to actually be a live, in-use review. That's what I want to see.
All right, so the logistics will have to be figured out. Let me put it right here. So I can't share a screen so you guys can see it, but no bullshit. Like me and Steve and Adam came up with this dumb idea of me reviewing stuff, and it had to be stupid stuff. I have my notepad, right? Because I have a Mac, and I got these notes on my thing, and I have a bunch of stuff. The top one says review stupid shit. So I'm going to take that off because that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to put review ceramic toilet paper. So I can't tell you when, Steve, that's happening, but it's in the works.
Nice.
I just want to see the look on your paper or on your face as it slides across and leaves everything behind.
I was in the military. That toilet paper was standard.
So maybe it'll bring back flashbacks. Who knows?
Shit.
Getting into what's coming up for this week. Tomorrow morning, of course, always on my channel. Wednesday morning is Have Coffee with Legion Vapes, where I will be celebrating 5 years of vaping.
Whoa.
The actual anniversary is Thursday, but I'll get it a day early. It's a precursor to the 5 years of reviewing. They're much closer than you think. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, as well as the usual banter and yak and all that sort of stuff. I do have another review coming up this week. I just have to finish filming it. I'll probably do that today or tomorrow. Who knows? And then Sunday night, we are back on my channel for the Aussie Vaping Show. No guests lined up at the moment. And even if we don't, it doesn't matter because my hosts are just freaking awesome. I love spending every Sunday with them and the audience. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
The only other thing I got to say is this.
Shop smart, shop S-smart.
That's awesome. What have I got coming up? Nothing. I got nothing coming up except this. Shill Frankentones is coming out. It's coming out. You got to buy some because it's banging, outstanding. Big love to Frank and Atticus and all of the folks involved. That's all I got. Literally all I've got. So, shall we? Do you want to do this, Mr. Vandal? Have we had enough?
Yeah. So instead of doing the randomizer and putting it in thing, I'm going to start to scroll the chat, and then whenever Adam tells me to stop, whoever the mouse is closest to is going to win.
Awesome. Okay. Go.
It's a lottery wheel. So Here we go.
Go. And you ready?
Yeah.
And stop.
Stop. It is Tom Clark. Is that his name? I'm not wearing my glasses.
Tom Clark. Hey.
Tom Clark. Very nice.
Yeah, Tom Clark.
Good work.
Congratulations.
Why don't I just drop something?
Yeah. Yeah, hit up Mr. Vandal via Instagram, Chris, is that?
Yeah, so Tom, if you follow us on Instagram at Amigos & Co, that's the group page. You can message it on there. Or you send it to my personal page at Chris Vandal. I will need your name, your address, and your preferred size. Just remember, we don't have smalls available, unfortunately. So you're going to have to choose between a medium, large, extra large, or 2X. What the did I drop?
The beat.
The bass.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The beats. We want to send massive love and squishy stuff to all of you in YouTube land for giving up some time and hanging out with us. As always, thank you to Mr. Vandal. Thank you to Mr. Legion. Thank you to all you faceholes in YouTube. And yeah, be strong. We'll see you next week. We'll see you on the Intergoogles, no doubt. Yeah. Big love and stuff. I didn't even know where I was going there because apparently I'm running the show, so I need to stop it. Yeah, awesome. All right. Peace, love, and mung beans. Yeah, that was awesome because that's what happens when you're streaming a show. You also have to stop the show.
Sights to show you.
Oh, fantastic.